Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is another episode of Manifest with me. So you guys, the full moon is upon us. It will be happening tomorrow. I'm very excited to welcome in this new energy. How about you guys? So at this point in the manifestation process, you should have made your list of manifestations, made a vision board, maybe you've done your meditation. You should have written a list of action steps and hopefully taken action on a couple of those steps. Because it's the full moon, do you need to stop taking action? No. If you feel guided to continue to take action, that's fine, but most of us are going to feel very emotional or perhaps drained or maybe tired or heightened or intense during this time. So the full moon and every full moon energy is different. This particular full moon is what I would like to call it's kind of the opposite of a harvest moon. It's a seed planting moon, which means that this is a full moon that is going to help you to really get those roots in the ground for whatever it is you're trying to manifest. So it's a very, very powerful full moon. The full moon will naturally heal you and naturally clear you. Whether or not you realize it, this full moon will impact you, and its energy is probably already starting to take hold over you. Some of you might notice that you are manifesting some things around this time. In fact, I manifested something huge today, and so did my partner, which both of us were like, wow, it's so interesting. Maybe it's the full moon. So there's definitely some energy coming in. I wouldn't expect to manifest anything around the full moon because it's not necessarily the time where you're going to see a lot of manifestations, but you will start to notice a heightened sense of synchronicity, signs, your spiritual connection and your spiritual awareness and the spiritual side of you is more heightened during this time. Emotions are more heightened during this time, whether it's like excitement or happiness or it's sadness or frustration, whatever it is, your emotions, like the dial will be turned up on that. And I know that a lot of us here watching this channel are women or identify as female or have a very strong divine feminine energy, and I see that when I look at my statistics of who is watching my channel. But I know that there's some men here or people who identify more as masculine or more as divine masculine type of energy. And I notice, the divine masculine or masculine energy has a more difficult time expressing emotions or expressing feelings or allowing themselves to feel emotions. And that's just natural, sad, unfortunate part of our society that is discouraged in the masculine. So even the masculine during this time tends to get a little unhinged. Maybe for them, anger comes up, or maybe they are feeling like more emotional, more intense at this time. So you'll notice no one is immune from this energy. If you're a water sign, maybe Cancer, Pisces, tears will definitely come up. You might find yourself crying around this time every month. For me, the full moon tends to bring a sleepiness with it. Usually the day of the full moon and the day after the full moon, and I can tell it's starting to take effect now, I will get very, very tired and sleepy, and I'll end up sleeping way longer than I normally sleep, like 12 hours sometimes, 13 hours. So now that I know that and I'm aware of that and I keep noticing this pattern, I'm able to set aside a little bit of time in my schedule to make sure that I'm mindful and I allow extra time for rest and I allow extra time for myself to sleep and make sure I don't have to get up early for anything. I'm actually really excited. I'm starting to feel the sleepiness come in, and I have been having trouble sleeping lately, so I can't wait. But sometimes it's frustrating because I'm just like, oh gosh, why the heck am I sleeping? I just can't stop sleeping. You might even notice that you have a lot of hunger around this time, like ravenous hunger, that you can't quench. Or it could be the opposite. You have a difficult time eating. There could be certain body sensations that come up. Maybe some of these body sensations are positive in nature to you or feel more negative in nature. You could feel an abundance of energy and feel like you're being freed of pain or physical limitation. Some of you guys might feel more pain or more achiness than usual. And I think all of this is just healing the energy of the full moon, things that are being revealed to you. Dreams around the full moon, it's very rare that you wouldn't have like really weird dreams, intense dreams, or astral projection type of dreams, maybe even nightmares. So you will receive a lot of signs, a lot of messages. The veil is a lot thinner during the time of the full moon, so you could feel more connected with your angels or spirit guides or with God or the universe or whatever, or departed loved ones. So it's just like a very interesting time. It's like a very witchy time of each month. Maybe you love it, maybe you hate it, maybe you're neutral about it, but the full moon is helping us to basically harvest and bring to light anything that we need to surrender, anything that we need to clear. It's all about making space. It's all about making room for your manifestations. So something that I love to do around the full moon, and I highly recommend that you do as part of this Manifest With Me series, is to do some sort of ritual to signify that you trust in yourself, that you trust in this process, that you are a sovereign being that is putting energy and intention out to the world, and that like it's just like a surrender energy. So what I like to do is I like to take the list that I've made of my manifestations, and I actually will burn them. I will light them on fire and burn them. I like to do this outside in a safe, cleared space with a large bowl of water next to me or next to a hose. So if anything happens, playing with fire here, I can safely put the fire out, and I'll usually alert my partner, whoever I'm with, that I'm going to be lighting stuff on fire. And so just so you know, in case something goes down, like basically if you're going to be lighting fires, a lot of you are locked down right now. You might not be able to light a fire. I don't want to start fires around the world with this manifestation thing, but if you can go out on your balcony, or you have a fireplace, or you know or feel as if you can safely light a fire, and you've got water by you, then you can light your manifestations on fire and burn them. Something else I would recommend is simply just like rip them up, and you can like bury it in the earth. If you can safely go in a garden or plant the paper in a plant or in a pot, or cover it in dirt in a pot. Or just throw it in the trash, back to the earth. Hopefully the paper is recyclable or compostable. So that's something else that you can do. I also would recommend deleting your vision board. You go back onto Pinterest or wherever it is you made your vision board, and you're going to delete it. Now, that might feel right for some of you guys to just be like, yes, I know I spent time looking at this vision board, I wrote the stuff in, like, I feel good about it, I'm gonna delete it. Some of you guys might feel like you need to keep this vision board, especially if you've set a lot of long-term goals, or you feel like you wanna keep working on it over the next couple of moon cycles. Some of you might feel like you need to keep it as a reminder or to like keep you focused, but this is about trust. This is about just letting go. This is almost just like a forget about it kind of energy. So that's what surrender is. It's opening up to the infinite possibilities. It's letting go of control. You put a lot of effort into this already. You took some action. Trust yourself to take action over the next couple of months or next couple of years if some of these goals are bigger and will naturally take more time. And this is about just getting rid of it and releasing it for a while and letting go of that control. So this could be difficult for some of you guys to see all of your hard work just be deleted or burned, or worried, am I gonna forget? And if I forget, is it really gonna happen? And what if, I don't remember? And what if I don't take action? And this process, this ritual is all about asking one more time, like, just to make extra sure that you put the energy out there for what you want, and then letting it go. giving time for the universal energies to come in and to open pathways, to unblock energies, to open you up for transformation. Because over the next couple days, we're going to be doing a lot of energy healing. We're going to take a step back on taking action and all the doing and all the planning. And now we're going to go inward and we're going to start healing energy and healing blocks and opening to receive and focusing more on maybe our physical body, our emotional body. So a lot of this energy so far, yes, we've been up here and we've been dreaming and thinking, and then we've come into the present, into the 3D to ground this energy and to take action. And now we're opening up a channel or opening up a space for the universal energies or your higher self or just giving yourself a little break from pushing so hard. So this is about releasing resistance. So I like to get rid of my vision board. I like to delete it. I like to get rid of the things I've written down. Keep your action steps, okay? Because remember, in the future, you can still take action. You might have to take action for weeks, months, years, or whatever you feel guided to. Take action, one thing a day or whatever. But you're going to burn everything else. You're gonna get rid of everything else. You're gonna delete the vision board if that feels right to you. And so the next thing you'll do is you will plan your ritual. You can do whatever kind of ritual you want. You can use the elements, you can use earth, you can use wind, you can use fire safely, carefully. You can use anything. What I'm probably gonna do is tomorrow, underneath the full moon, I'll go out on my balcony, and I'm actually really lucky that I'm on like a private property right now, staying in a house. It's like its own estate, and my neighbors aren't too close, so I can still social distance. But there's like this circle, there's like this hedge that's in the shape of a circle, like on the property. And I think I'm gonna go and like sit in the middle of it. And that's probably where, with a bowl of water, I will probably burn my intentions and scatter it in the earth. If I need to throw some water, throw it in the bowl of water or whatever, I will. Maybe I'll pour water on top of it after. And then while I'm sitting in this hedge circle, I'm going to hold a crystal. I'm going to choose one of my crystals that I feel like connected to and is reminding me of this full moon energy. And I'm just gonna look up at the moon and I'm gonna pray one more time for the things I've asked for. I'm gonna say gratitude, I'm gonna say blessings. I'm going to state out loud all the things I'm worried about, all the things I'm freaking out about. I'm just gonna like kind of talk and pray and just like let it out. If I need to cry or let anything out I haven't felt or haven't acknowledged in a while, I will. And then I'm just gonna breathe and like hold this crystal and sit in silence for a minute, allow myself to receive healing energy. And then I'm just gonna walk out of there. I think I'll leave the crystal in the center of that hedge for a while. And then eventually I'll just take the crystal, put it back with my others and forget about it. So that's what I'm gonna do. So maybe some ideas on what you can do. You could, you can honestly do anything. Circle energy is really powerful during this time. So you could draw a circle on a piece of paper, and then inside the circle, you can write down like things you want to let go of, or anything that's bothering you, or anything that's frustrating you, or you can draw examples of things you want to get rid of in your life. Then you can burn that paper or rip it up. Maybe you can bake a cake or make a cookie or something. Make a shape of food that's round, and as you're making it, infuse that energy with Reiki and love and kindness and happiness, and then you could ingest it into your body with love and with gratitude. I'd actually be really interested to see if you guys have any rituals that you like to do during the full moon. And if you can't think of any, you can always Google too. Like, there's a lot of people out there who have really great rituals, really great ideas. You can even go on Pinterest and type in like full moon ritual. There's so many amazing healers and people out there that have ideas, but I think what's important is to customize this to you, whatever feels best. But your ritual, I think, should include two things. One is releasing any energies, frustrations, pain, worries, fears, doubts that are coming up at this time, or fears you have about your manifestations. And then the next is gratitude. It includes some type of gratitude or a space for you to just be thankful for your manifestations, the ability you have to manifest, the fact that you sit in full confidence that what's meant to be is meant to be. And so once again, the full moon is all about just releasing and making space, okay? So it's about to get real, you guys. We're about to do some real healing, affirmations, meditations. These sessions won't be so much of me just sitting here talking to you guys. If I can, tomorrow on the full moon, I will record part of my healing session, or I'll just like show you guys a little clip. It's really personal to me, but I might take a video of myself lighting my affirmations on fire or something. I'm gonna try to do this probably pretty late at night, because I don't know, I do have neighbors. They are a little further away, but I don't know, they might be like, what the hell is going on with this person? Something's on fire. So I probably have to be a little sneaky and do it in the middle of the night. Now I see why like witches back in the day, or people who were like kind of spiritual or just kind of like pagan or just kind of like doing spells or whatever, we're always like sneaking around and doing it in the middle of the night, because you're just like, I'm just doing my thing over here. I don't want anybody to like freak out about it. But whatever you can do, whatever you can manage. I know a lot of you guys are locked in. You might have family members around. This might be very personal to you. You might not want to raise any alarm. It might be difficult to explain to your mom, like, Mom, can I light a fire? Or can I like use the sink for a second? Or like, so once again, I want you guys to be safe and to keep this private. It could be the smallest thing. Sometimes I just grab a crystal and I can't even see the moon because of pollution or smog, or it's being blocked by buildings, but I'll just imagine the full moon, hold the crystal in my head, say gratitude, and just like kind of go through my head, like releasing things that don't serve me. I have this one thing I used to do, but I would never recommend it right now. So I just thought you guys would think this is funny. I used to take like a Sharpie and I'd get some toilet paper and I would write down things I wanted to release, and then I would flush it down the toilet. But right now, toilet paper is gold. So I wouldn't recommend that one. I definitely would not recommend you do that right now, but whatever ritual it is you do, it's enough. Even if you just say something to your crystal and just put it on the windowsill or something. There's no right or wrong way to do it. There's no like crystal that's like better for it than this one, or this ritual is more powerful than this one. What matters is what it means to you, how it makes you feel. That's really the best I can say. I don't want to make this whole manifest thing with me complicated. Just know if it's the full moon, it's time to pray. It's time to release your deepest, darkest fears, and notice just touch in with your body and notice what's coming up at this time. Notice how you're feeling, and that's enough. That's enough. Things are gonna come up right now. Things from your past. It's almost like you know how I always talk about this during Mercury retrograde, how things from your past come up. It's almost like that, but just like compacted into like 1 or 2 days. So the full moon energy does last for days. If you're like, oh crap, the full moon was yesterday and I didn't do my ritual, just do it the next day. Do it when you feel called to do it. You have days, and I'll probably be back with you guys like the day after tomorrow. I'm going to honor this full moon by taking a step back a little bit, and I got a lot of personal readings to do right now. You guys are all keeping me busy. I am still open for orders, but you know, I'm gonna take a little break, but I'll be back with you guys with some meditation, affirmations, clearing, and that's what we're gonna be doing as we head into the next phase of the moon, which is called the balsamic moon. So I hope that you all are ready to go on this journey with me. We're going from the physical into the subconscious. The full moon is the halfway mark. So a lot of people will realize they're feeling more active and more social during the first quarter moon and up until, you know, the new moon, the first quarter moon, up until the full moon. And then after the full moon, you might feel like you want to retreat more, pull back and rest, and you'll be more attuned to like how you're feeling emotionally, maybe even your physical body if you need rest or relaxation. So I just want to guide you guys through this process. This is where the real work begins. It's not always about the 3D and what you do in the 3D. A lot of this manifesting work has to do with clearing out your root chakra, and your ability to receive. Sometimes it's easier to give and to put energy out there and to act, because that's very natural, than it can be to open to receive, to create space, to release, to surrender, to heal. So the real work begins now. And my question is, are you ready? I am, and I can't wait to guide you guys through all of this. So in the comments below, leave ideas for full moon rituals that people can do during lockdown. You can write down what you plan to do, or maybe some ideas. I would love if we could all just brainstorm together ideas for maybe anybody who's scrolling through this and is like, I don't know what to do, and maybe they could scroll through and see a really cool idea that you've written. But for anyone who doesn't know what kind of ritual to do, remember, it's just like when I talked about action steps. It wasn't something I really held your hand through, because it's important that it's personal, whatever's coming up to you. And just know, whatever idea you have, it's good enough. I know I'll probably have some people in the comments below tell me ideas and then ask, is that okay, or will that work? And I'm gonna answer that question right now. Yes, it's okay, it'll work. Even if you take, let's say, hang on, even if you take like a hair tie, which is like in a round shape, and you like close your eyes and imagine yourself like blowing out all the worry, the doubt, the frustration, the fear, the nervousness about how you're gonna manifest or how it's gonna happen, or the timelines, and just you blow through it. And then you take a pair of scissors and you cut the rubber band in half, and you just release and break that energy. Like, that's good enough. That's a ritual. So get creative, make something up, something small, something big. It could take 2 seconds, it could take 2 minutes, it could take 2 hours. It's what matters is like just you being there in that space. Don't worry about, is it good enough? Is it long enough? You don't have to sit there and meditate for 6 hours or do a crazy intricate ritual. There's some people out there that's what works for them. And you might just be someone who's more in the moment, quick kind of thing. So whatever it is, you're good enough, it's enough. It's the intention that counts. It's the energy that counts. And I wish you all a happy and special and magical full moon. Peace out.